This is the butternut squash soup, and of course one of the main ingredients that you'll be using is butternut squash. So all I did to prepare this was I took a butternut squash, I cut it in half, and I just put it in the oven. So about 400 degrees, 30-40 minutes, just until you can pierce it with a fork and it goes through the skin. So we'll be using about, there might be a few seeds left over. I'm gonna get rid of here. So basically, all you need to do once it's baked, you let it cool, and then for this recipe, we'll need about 2 cups of the butternut squash. And there's many other uses for the butternut squash that you'll see in other videos, but for today we're going to use about 2 cups, so probably about 1/2 of a butternut squash. Okay, so I'm just going to put that in there. And before I started, I actually cooked up some onions and garlic beforehand, just to give the soup a little bit of a deeper flavor. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to take our remaining ingredients, add it to our pot, and just let it simmer for about 30 minutes. And then you can serve it as is, nice and chunky, or you can puree it and have a nice pureed soup. So let me see if I got it all here. So actually for this recipe, it looks like maybe just a half plus a little bit more of the other half of the squash. Okay, so let's take a look at the other ingredients. So basically, I have my onions and my garlic that I just sauteed, just until the onions are nice and soft. Okay, so to this, we're going to add our remaining ingredients. So I'm chopping up some celery here, and you can see I actually keep the celery stalk leaves. I think it gives the soup a nice taste. You don't have to include that in your soup, of course. You can take that out, but I really think it gives it a nice taste. So we're going to add, I probably used about 4 stalks of celery. Okay, and then some carrots. So about a cup of carrots chopped up. Okay, we're going to add the carrots in. And then I also used a small sweet potato. So this is actually half of a sweet potato, which of course I've peeled and just cubed. And so let's add that into the soup. So you can see there's a lot of orange in this recipe. And orange foods have something called beta-carotene in them. And beta-carotene converts to vitamin A in the body, in the liver actually. And so what vitamin A does, or beta-carotene, what it does is it helps with not only our eyesight, but with healthy skin. So if you have any eye issues or skin issues, you might want to think about incorporating more foods with beta-carotene or vitamin A. Okay, so we've added our celery, our carrot, our sweet potato. I'm also going to add in some just red lentils. So this helps to bump up the protein content of the soup. So if you're a plant-based eater and you're looking at getting additional sources of protein in, this is a great way to just get some actual extra protein in. And again, about 2 cups of the butternut squash. So let's grab this other one here. Okay, so once I have my 2 cups worth, I'm going to actually add this into my pot. And then I'm going to add about probably 5 cups of broth, a vegetable broth. I'm going to be using vegetable broth. You can use homemade broth. You can use broth from a store, of course, or you can use an organic bouillon cube. That's actually what I'm going to be using today. I'm actually using an organic bouillon cube. So I just added 1 cube to about 5 cups of liquid. That's probably half the recommended amount if you read the instructions, but I don't like it too salty, so I just use the 1 cube. So all I'm going to do is take all these ingredients, add some broth, put it on my burner for about 30 minutes, then we'll come back and show you what it looks like. Okay, so we're back. So I continued to cook the soup for, I probably did more 30 to 40 minutes. So once I brought the soup up to a boil, then I simmered it for about 30-40 minutes. And once you're done cooking it, you let it cool slightly, and then you can serve it as it is. So it's you can serve it as a chunky soup, or you can put it in your food processor or use an immersion blender, which is what I did, and you get a nice creamy soup. So I've just toasted up some pecans, and I would serve it with a little bit of pecans, but also you don't have to, that's not necessary. And I should also mention that I actually added about half a teaspoon of cumin into the soup while it was cooking. So that's just an option. If you don't like cumin, of course you can leave it out. And that's it. So hope you enjoy the soup.